Otra vez, saludos. Hola, ¿qué tal? Somos el equipo 1. A todos los compañeros, talleres, que sea que lo esté bien. Nuestro equipo está conformado por André, Carla, Mani, Juanito, Juan Carlos, Laura, Pato, servidor. Vamos a presentar nuestro proyecto. La situación.
Switch changer.
In English, please.
Oh, yeah, of course. The researchers, they have a problem because they are conducting experiments and they don't have a platform to store data like videos, users information, time measuring. So we decided to make a platform to save them time, stuff like that.
So the thing that we want to do to make a solution is to develop an application which will help the researchers to collect the data from the experiments, such as what already said my partner, and to develop an innovative and interactive system to be more easy to use and easy to learn, and a web application for conducting the usability research and to store the data and the results of the.
Okay, so user stories, it's mainly focused on the academic part, on the specific things that the researchers are intended to do. So the crucial parts are captured and stored the time that the participant takes doing the experiment on each gesture. Of course, see the gesture later for analysis and data retrieving. Search tasks by categories. Store information of how confident the participant felt to analyze data after, of how awkward or how confident was the participant on that specific gesture. And once the experiment is done, the participant will fill a usability questionnaire for the experiment. The IBM CQUS. And, well, of course, to create more experiments and to share those experiments. Add questions to the given questionnaires. The privacy is intended by login. We have 3 different types of users: the collaborators, the participants, and the observers, where different types of users have different access. So collaborators can invite others to collaborate, so they can add more questionnaires, more gestures. We have the observers that can only watch the results of the experiment. And the other type, it can perform experiments, but cannot add or remove current questions and gestures. Okay, so when we create an experiment, we decide which part we want to observe. We will see in a few minutes where you can select the whole body parts, and we can see the graphics of the ethnic and with the analytics with the age, ethnic group, and gender. So you can better visualize the results overall given an experiment. And
so our technical approach, I'm going to explain all the pipeline for our web service, web application. The front end was made on Angular, and for the backend we use like multiple technologies. We used Safe and Node.js for the API, and we deployed it to Azure DevOps and GitHub, but we also use Travis CI for the continuous testing integration. And also all this backend is deployed in Azure App Service. And the database is also deployed on Azure in a PostgreSQL database. And yeah, that's how like the pipeline. Yeah.
Just in case you missed it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's how the pipeline works.
Important information of why we developed this in this certain way is that basically right now the problem that is that when we receive like all the backend, like we discovered that according to our actual needs, it was not enough. Like we need to implement like a lot of new tables and information so that like all the requirements will be like done now. So we decided to use like Sales because it's like a really fast way to like integrate like all the tables. So we create like all the models, we create like all the UML models, and then we implemented everything in Sales. Right now we are running some blueprints in Sales that basically these ones help us like to implement like everything, because as you will see like in the next diapositives, like there will be like a lot of tables. But these tables at the end will help us to do like the whole project. Travis is only for testing, for like the integration, and at the end, like all the Azure services help us a lot to implement everything, like the release, build, and everything in a really fast way.
And to have the service available for the front-end requests, so everyone can work on that. So for the testing, we use Mocha, Travis CI, and yeah, Onces and Node.
Yeah, the thing that I just explained. And over here we can see like the table where you can see like all the information. Like probably the part that everything happens is like here in the medium, in the center, where you can find like experiment, session, task, and all these parts. In a moment I will describe it. But first of all, let's go to the lips, where I will describe that basically a user that will have like a relationship end-to-end with a project, and in this end-to-end relationship, you can specify like which type of user you are, like a collaborator, like a normal user, etc. And basically, in the project, we will have like all the experiments, and in the experiments, like each time that's like a subject, that it will be where is the subject, the subject that is over here in the bottom, in the left corner. Each time that a subject is created, it will also create like a session that will be attached to an experiment. And this experiment, like each experiment will have like their own tasks, and these tasks will have like answers and questions, and at the end, like the session will be a relationship that will join the answer with the answer to the task that we have here in the middle.
Oh, what else can I say?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, but
You have questions
the
on
the left-hand side.
Oh,
of
this one.
the diagram,
Oh,
yes,
okay.
where-
Okay, so the questionnaire, the question and the answer to the questionnaire. These are like three tables that are meant to be used for each experiment as a, how do you say the questionnaire that you are, satisfaction questionnaire.
Satisfaction.
Yeah, that thing.
So those are the questionnaires at the end.
At the
Once
end.
you finish the experiment.
Yeah, overall,
you
like,
do
Yes, the satisfaction question.
CSU, CSUS, or any other question.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like each experiment has satisfaction questionnaire that will be is meant to be responded at the end of the experiment.
Yeah, like so basically with this database, like all the things that the main user tells us that like he needs, like it's implemented like everything, and we think that this is like in a proper way. Like actually, this is like the third version of this table because we have cleaned it like through the process.
I like the idea that you had the respuesta cuestionario. Why you don't have respuesta task or respuesta tarea?
Yeah, I did the respuesta cuestionario because respuesta already exists, and so I didn't want to change the name of that one.
Okay.
So yeah, we have like questionnaire
That's a project.
and the questions. And the answer to the questionnaire is related to session, because session is like a participant doing all the tasks of the experiment. Then we have like the body parts. So yeah, we have like body parts and the relation of each body part to the experiment, so that one experiment has like all the body parts that are going to be used for the subject. And then the subject is also related to the experiment. The subject is the person that is going to do the tasks of the experiment. Like, is it the testing subject? And yeah, and then can you explain characteristics? Oh, the characteristics are just extra fields to the subject, because we don't know which characteristics we will need from the subject. Here we have like the age, just like the gender, and the ethnic group. But maybe some experiments will require, like, I don't know, like how tall is the person or things like that. So that's characteristics. Yeah, that's the database model.
Basically, like according to what I just said, like basically we create all this database in order to scale this project like in a bigger way. Like probably a lot of things that we can make is to implement like design patterns that actually we saw in class. Like the main design pattern that we told, and I think that this is the one that fits like way better, is like the decorator pattern. Because exactly in this project we have like this object that is like the experiment, and this experiment can be grabbed with a lot of like 40, what's the name, like parts of the body. And according to this, like, so I put like every part of the body as a decorator, and like head, neck, etc. And basically everything joined, like it will, yeah, like it will be grabbed with experiments. And in the next slide, we can see that basically here we implemented, like actually it was a little bit tricky to do because basically it's the first time that we implement something like that in JavaScript. Actually, like the guides that the professor sent us, like they were like really helpful. We like yeah, like basically all the things that we take, it was about that article of Medium and also like other articles that we find. And basically, as you can see at the top, like we create like this object that is like experiment, and this like it has like the fields that that database has. And basically, in this case, like it's really easy. Like probably in the future we can implement like more methods to do more things and everything. But the idea here is just to grab and to finally, if we like to see over here, like hey, like this experiment like has the boolean of is right foot grab or is left group, is left hand grab. Like it will get like a true, and if not, like it will get a false. Like basically just like a way of getting more information. But I think that it's like clean software that will like probably will help a lot if anyone continues with this to implement more methods or more capabilities.
Yeah, you can get even with more deep definition of the parts of the body. You know, you can really imagine nails.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it makes perhaps no sense to you.
No, right now.
Imagine nanotechnology,
Yeah.
and that I can have interactive devices on my nails. In fact, this exists already.
Yeah,
Be
basically.
a screen or even touch screen. The nail.
And also like the table of like parts of the body is like also in our diagram of database, like it's a table by its own. So if you want to add like nails or whatever, like it will be like really easy. And here in the implementation to grab everything and to know like which part of the body like has like, an experiment has, like you will use like this decorator and it will be like really helpful with the results.
So basically, our application allows researchers to do experiments and do several investigations without a lot of work, because our application is really easy to use and allows also for the research to be shared with other researchers.
So basically, what we are proposing here with the software quality from the usability perspective is that our application is going to be more appealing to use to the user, and it's going to be easier to learn, easier to do experiment, and so in that way, our system is going to take less time to get to do a whole experiment than the last version of it.
And so it is very easy to learn how to use it because we use title design. So it's like really comprehensive where you need to go if you need to get some information. And also it's really easy to just like use each component and know exactly what to do in each scenario. So that's what is really good about our application. It's really easy to like manage, and it's way better than the last
Yeah,
iteration
you
of our
will see it in
application.
the demo.
I can imagine, but I wonder if you had data to support your. Okay.
Yeah. As we just said, it's easy to remember. Once you made a task, once you made a test, you can remember like it's easy like.
Yeah, it's actually in the visual manual. It's there are a lot of these graphics where it where we made the question to the user and how easy it was, how efficient it was to make a certain task. So there are a lot of graphics, but there are not.
How many users do you have for these?
Uh,
32 answers?
32 answers. Yeah, at the end, we got like 32 answers.
Yeah.
Like the last time that we talked with like the other stakeholder, he told us that at least we need like 20, 30. So at the end, like we got like 32. Like a big problem when we got like this data is that most of the time, like for example, like one person that tried this, like it was like an uncle. So basically he didn't have like too much idea of what was happening.
yeah, we explained it to them, but maybe
Like,
they didn't
what?
understand us at all.
Yeah, like we think that because of that, like, and they put like 3 or 4, like in general, like it's really good because they understand like the general idea. But yeah, and as Tabata said, like we have like a lot of graphics of this, like all the questions.
Mostly in the document.
Yeah, most in the document. Yeah.
And well, now Antonio and I we will conduct the demonstration of the front end application. Well,
Well, so first of all, this is after you log in, this is your main dashboard where you can see your project and of each project you can see the privilege you have on that project. You can be a collaborator, a helper, or a viewer. Also, you have the recently used here and some useful
shortcuts.
shortcuts.
Yeah, for example, when you press a project, you can see all the information of the
First, you can press you can see like the deals or project here. If you only want I don't remember exactly what this project does.
So those are the experiments, those
Those are experiments of the project one.
Of the user.
So and you can then go and see like the complete details. There's where you can see all the details, and here you can. Well, you're a collaborator, so you can see the experiments. You can
That's my
run.
role, collaborator.
Collaborator. You can see the details. You can run and you can watch the results. For example, if you're an assistant, you can only run the experiment. That's everything you can do. You can watch the results. So then you can see the details of a specific experiment. And you can see questionnaires, tasks, answers, and participants.
in each one of these tabs you can actually, well, mostly in participants and tasks, you can add them from here. You just write a new name, a new description, and a link to a graphic related to the task, add the task, and it will be displayed here. The same goes for participants, right? And you can also, well, using these shortcuts, you can go to all the list of experiments, and for example, for this project, we only have 2 experiments, and we can see already the graphics that use information about the current experiments based on the participants. For example, in this one is overall age of the subjects. We can see the pie chart and the ethnic groups. Yeah, most of the information here was done for testing, right? But
real data.
Well,
I mean-
it's real data, but we.
Like right now we are
Well,
running.
that's from Jamaica, no?
Yeah. And we have our seeder, so to see like all the information.
But it's not hard coded, the graphics.
yeah, no.
Yeah. It's dynamic, but the data in the database is not like.
It's not data, it's
Yeah.
not real data.
It's not it's dynamic.
Yeah, you can go see all the questionnaires that you have in your experiments, and you can create the experiments. And well, this is supposed to be over here. You just write experiment name, description, dates, select all the other parts, and create one. But for example, also the tasks, you can see the different tasks that we have, and each task have a tag, right? That was one of the requirements. You can create task and create a tag for the task. Well, and now for the experiments. Right?
Okay,
Should I run
so the
experiment?
most important part is you can run experiments and take the data from the experiment. So you can first run the experiment. First, when you first run the experiment, you need to select one participant, or you can create one. That's up to you. So now we will choose Riccatone. And then you have all the tasks. You will go through task 1 and task 2. This is a transaction part. You have to answer all the tasks, or it won't be recorded. If you, I don't know, if you stay like in the first task, it will not record anything. You have to end the task. So when you start a task, you start like a chronometer, well, a timer, and then you press the button when you finish the
When the user
task,
is when the user is
finish
done.
the task, and then you have the response time. After all, we decided to put these 3 questions: the answer description, which is the description for the answer. If you want to make some, I don't know, experiment,
The question was do action 1, but let's suppose that it was something like turn off the TV, right?
or something, you know, more specific. The answer point is the point that we give to that movement, you know, the one who is making the experiment.
I will say 4.
To that movement. And the answer grade is the user, you ask the user to grade that gesture. I don't know how comfortable did you feel making that. And for example, he says 7. You select next task.
Was
And then you go with task number 2, and it's exactly the same process.
Response time.
I don't know.
Since this is the last question, you have to finish the experiment. You can go to the next question. And when you finish the experiment, all the answers are saved in the database, and you can watch them in the
No?
There they are. So, que llegaron, movió la mano de arriba abajo. And well, then you can, that's what you can.
I mean,
The YouTube videos are.
no,
No, those are like-
those are not real videos. I mean, well, of course, we have the login and the register. Well, you can just log out. You're redirected to the Corpus web. You can register and well log in, and we save the user login, and we work with that. I mean, is there anything you would like to see?
Questions?
Questions? Yeah.
Feedback.
Yes, that's it.
Like in the documents that we also create, like the user manual and the user installation and everything, like we put everything. Like actually it's really easy to install like everything, not compared to the other version that we received that it was like, really complicated. Like it's really easy, and as you can see, like we use a lot of Azure services, and we recommend those because like they work really nice for us. But for sure you can use like any service.
Well, one of our main difficulties was that we used a new backend. So, we invested a lot of time adapting the new backend to the front end. So I mean, one of our priorities was to make the website easy to use. Well, and appealing. I mean, maybe not appealing, but nice to the eye because the previous one was pretty. I don't know. Well, unclear. You know, it was.
Also really simple. Like as you can see, like if you compare the 2 class diagrams that of the database, like they are totally different. Like we implement a lot of new things, and yeah, I think that is like a really good new iteration of the project.
And any other design pattern that you have identified for the
Like we identified like other two.
backend, some other
Observer.
observer?
Or Angular works with observer.
Yeah, Angular actually works.
So,
Yeah, and we also had the idea to implement what's the name of this one? Like no factory, no
Why
like
we don't have factories? This is the simplest question. If we said that we need factories every time that we have new creation of objects, why we don't have factories? Yeah.
Yeah, like
You always need factories.
Yeah.
Yes, you have factories. Yes.
Yeah, and also factories and singletons, like we can also create that, hey, you can only have like one creator of experiments, or also here, actually like in the database with Waterline, the ORM, like basically I think that over there is like a singleton that basically is the one that in charge it, that if two persons access to that data at the same time, like all the data is like done broken, you know.
What about strategy?
Strategy?
For strategy?
Yeah, actually that one we put in the document, and basically we thought that basically, as we said, like there are like different metrics to evaluate like something according to the parts of the body that it has, like, or whatever, you know. So basically we thought like, oh, we can implement like a strategy to know which strategy, or like which metric to qualify, to test like the experiment, you know.
And also, for instance, for the input, now it's YouTube or it's a webcam of the laptop or any webcam. You can even imagine that you have an input multimedia from any device. And there is a need for a strategy to select which is the recording. So you are, at the end you need to record what is going on during the experiment, even it's audio or video or both. And the source of this is different. And it's not the same from a camera, for an external camera or your mobile device. The source could be modified, but the method is the same, record. So then you need strategy to imagine different input devices that are doing the same, recording. For instance, we have this model, I think that I shared with you this model, this idea of strategies with the Kinect, Wii modes and different devices that we were recording to understand the gesture behavior of a player during the game, or video game.
I think so, yeah.
Something else? Any other pattern? Yes, which one?
No.
¿Faltan diapos?
No. Terminamos con el
La última vez.
And that's it. Thank you. Déjenlo hablar.
O sea,
Enséñame las diapositivas.
si quieres, Checo, es que no.
No, sí, ya.
No, there are more. Yes, I know.
Like all the information is in the document. Like basically everything that you asked.
Cállate. Ah, de hecho está aquí, qué bruto.